LeBron James is entering his 21st season, and this season is going to be a little different because he's going to be playing with his son, Bronny. As we all know, Bronny agreed to the $7.9 million 4-year contract, and they'll be on the same team with the Lakers. So people have been wondering, like, what is that dynamic going to be like? Because you're playing with dad, but on the court, it's like he can't be dad, but like he can be or maybe not. So LeBron sat down for an interview on Uninterrupted, their show, and he talked about this. Let's take a listen.
Have you thought through, not relationship, because you always be his dad, he'll always be his son, but what's your working relationship? Is he going to call you dad at practice in the locker room?
No, we already laid that. No, he can't. We already laid that down. He cannot call me dad in the workplace. All right. Once we leave out of the private facility and the gates close, I could be dad again. In the car, if we ride together. At home, I could be dad. No, he got to call me like 2-3 or Bron. Or GOAT if he wants to. It's up to him. I mean, it's up to him. It's easy for me because I've been calling him Bronny for so long. Yeah. It's not like I've been calling, hey son. So it's easy for me. It's going to be the adjustment for him. But we cannot be running down the court. And he'd be like, Dad, push the ball up. Dad, I'm open. Dad, come on. I'm like, no, you cannot do that.
Yeah, on teams, players have nicknames, right? And some folks have personal nicknames for their teammates. You might have to say Pops. Pops, pass me the ball.
He could say Pops.
Pops.
No, I feel like they're going to give Bronny so much. Like, they're going to try to, like, little boy him if he out there calling LeBron James dad. Like, he got to be his own, like, person.
He going to get that regardless, though. He going to get that, number one, because he's a rookie, and number two, because he's LeBron James' son. Yes, they are not going to hold back on him at all. He's going to get it 10 times harder than a lot of people.
And I don't think he's going to play that much. I don't think his first year he's going to play that much. I think he's going to play.
You don't think so?
No, he'll probably play in the G League for a while, and then when the Lakers are blowing somebody out, they'll put him in. But other than that, I don't think he's going to get that much playing time as his first year.
Do we know yet how much the tickets for their first games are going for? Because doesn't that spike ticket prices when
$1
it's
million? It's the Lakers. They're going to be $1 million.
But is he starting on the Lakers or is he starting in the G League first?
I have no idea.
I don't know that either.
I think he might be starting with the G. I don't know, but usually they start on the G League until he gets, where he needs to be. But maybe he's there. I don't know.
Well, Mariah Carey's sister and her mother, yesterday we reported that they both passed away over the weekend on the same day. There has been an update. So TMZ did a story. They spoke to a source. And I guess, people were wondering what the relationship between Mariah Carey and her sister Allison was prior to Allison's passing, because, they have the history of Allison suing her back in 2021 for emotional distress because of some of the content in Mariah Carey's book. So according to this source that is supposed to be a close source, Mariah Carey did not have any contact whatsoever with her sister before her sister's death. We do know, as was mentioned yesterday, that Mariah Carey said herself that she had got to spend the week prior to her mom passing with her mother, but unfortunately not with her sister. And what they're pinning this on is the fact that her sister had a drug addiction, which drove a wedge in between Mariah Carey and her sister. They said that at one point in time, Mariah Carey was supporting her sister both financially and emotionally, but the addiction got to the point where Mariah Carey felt like she had to step back because she didn't want to enable her. And because of that stepping back, they had not spoken up and even at the time of her death. So
if you got an addiction, I'm not supporting you financially unless I'm supporting you in a rehab facility. Other than that, no.
And sometimes even when you're doing that, it's still tough because addiction is like such a big beast. You know what I mean? It's really not much that you can do, but still praying for her because it's still her sister at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So having to deal with that.
Her, yeah.
Naomi Osaka, the U.S. Open. So Naomi Osaka returned to the U.S. Open. She earned her first top 10 win in the last 4 years.
Wow. Congratulations to her.
Yes, please. Congratulations. I know that's right. All right, you better go ahead with the clap. So she will be now advancing to the second round of the U.S. Open after defeating the person who was in the number 10 spot, Jelena. I don't know how to say her last name. Pinko? I don't know.
Excuse me?
Pin what?
You said she what?
Pin what?
She defeated.
That sounds like something you see on Pornhub.
She defeated JJ. No, first of all, I'm trying to figure out where I got that word from because it's not even spelled like that. All right, we're going to move on.
Okay.
So Naomi Osaka has had like a rough couple of years. She had to take some time off. She was dealing with her mental health in 2021. And then she got pregnant, had a baby. After she had the baby, she talked about dealing with postpartum and basically not feeling like herself. She said she was missing, hits when she would go play tennis that she normally wouldn't miss. It was just different trying to get back into her groove. But my sister's back. And this is a big thing because she also has not gone past the second round in any major tournament since coming back from having her baby. So this will be her chance to,
That's dope.
Yeah, to be able to do that.
They were talking about her fit yesterday too. They was like she had a dope
fine.
fit. People were saying that it was an outfit that they don't usually wear on a tennis court, but it was dope.
Oh, it looked like a Tennessee outfit, but she did look good though.
So she back feeling like her is what you're saying.
Yeah, she's back feeling like her, and she said that she told herself she was going to be more confident this go round, and it worked. So I'm love to see it. In other news, Dame Dash owes a lot of money. He owes New York City $8.7 million in unpaid taxes.
Yikes.
I'm going to do a little breakdown here because it gets really steep. There's a lot of money owed to different people. So you guys know that Dame Dash right now is auctioning his part of Rockefeller, which is the big thing in that is his stake in Reasonable Doubt. So that has been like a big back and forth conversation because people are trying to figure out, since Biggs and Jay-Z are a part of the ownership as well, and you have to like vote on things in order to be able to use it, is it even worth buying the stake in Rockefeller? So Dame has been saying it is. It's a piece of history. You get chains with it as well, all this stuff. So now Billboard has done a story where they basically are saying that a lot of the majority of the money from, not even majority, all of the money from the auction will go to money that is owed by Dame Dash to several different entities. So there is $8.7 million in unpaid taxes. There is $832,000 that he owes to a guy named Josh Weber. That's the guy that he was going back and forth with in court over the Dear Frank movie. There is $145,000 in unpaid child support between two women that he has kids with, Rachel Roy being one of them. And basically what is going to happen is at some point once the auction and everything is done, child support is going to come in and take their money first because
over the IRS?
Yes.
Oh wow, I thought the IRS was the bullies. I thought they come to the front of the line if you owe them money.
Well, they care about the kids first. They want to make sure the kids are okay and the kids are taken care of, and then they come and get their money.
Yeah, so the New York City Department of Social Service will actually have first dibs according to the court documents. Since Dame Dash owes a total of $145,096 in unpaid child support.
Lord,
yes. So then after that, the money's going to filter to everybody else. And again, he's looking at, they're saying like he could receive money from whatever is left. I don't know what's going to be left. I guess it all depends on what the auction goes for, because I broke it down here in like between child support, the IRS, the money he owes to the Josh Weber guy, and there's two different balances for the Weber guy. So he owes him the money for Dear Frank, but then he also owes him an additional $155,000 for unpaid like photographer for something that they did with a photographer at one point, a woman named Monique.
And how much for the IRS again?
The IRS is $8.7 million in unpaid taxes. Yeah, so
these are the things that they don't tell you, or maybe we don't talk about enough when we have conversations about being an entrepreneur and being your own boss. Because when you're your own boss, you have to be on top of all these things. Like, this is why I be warning a lot of these folks who be bragging about being their own boss and making their own money via all of these new platforms like podcasts, YouTube, etc. You got to pay your taxes.
You got to get an accountant. You got to get a team and make sure that you do what you're supposed to do with your money.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody all the time, don't laugh, learn. Like,
that's right.
It can happen to any one of us at any given time for not knowing the possible knowledge, and owing that much money is a stressor. It's difficult, and
that's right. You got these Patreon subscribers or these other subscriptions that you're doing, and you got people paying every month, and you're making a lot of money. But are you paying your taxes? Are you on top of your taxes?
I just want to say too, the auction happening on August 29th, so tomorrow, at the Midtown Manhattan Hotel, the minimum bid is $1.2 million, and the prospective bidders are required to post at least $240,000 of a deposit to take part in the proceedings. So he could, depending on how interested people are in this and how bad they want it, he could get himself out of debt with this.
Well, the thing is, they gotta understand what the value of is, and I don't know, but you gotta figure, what's the value of that Rockefeller, 33% of that Rockefeller? What entities are owned under that? I know Jay-Z is supposed to get ownership back after 35 years. I don't know if that's true or not. So it's just figuring out what the value of is, and any businessman will figure out what the value is to see if it's a great investment or not.
Yeah, but best of luck to him.
Yep. All right, well, that is Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRose. So when we come back, we got front page news, and then Tamika Mallory will be joining us. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.